David Menzies for Rebel News here in West End, Toronto, outside a Canada Post office. And you know, folks, consider this report a wellness check. I want to see how you're coping with that job action that was launched earlier this month by the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, which is to say they are no longer delivering junk mail. That's right, what they refer to as neighborhood mail. That's a new one for me. What the corporation refers to as ad mail, it is no longer being delivered. I'm taking it pretty hard. I mean, how am I going to find out the details of Leon's next Don't Pay a Cent event? How am I going to find out about the latest deals at Mr. Sub? And how am I going to find out the nitty-gritty details regarding Canadian Tire's Big Fall Red event? Would you believe the internet? But seriously, this is actually a job strategy by Cup W. You know, I think I speak for millions of Canadians when I say that when I come across this so-called neighborhood mail, well, it goes from the mailbox right into the blue box without me reading a single line. I hate to break it to you, Cup W, but unburdening Canadians of junk mail, well, you're actually doing them a favor. I mean, I'd probably pay $20-25 a year for you not to clog up my mailbox with that sort of stuff. And, you know, to me, folks, it's akin to the playground bully going to his victim and saying, if you don't give me more of your lunch money, I'm going to stop punching you in the head. It makes no sense. Of course, the target of this job action isn't Canadian citizens, it's Canada Post, the corporation. And I say that, folks, because delivering junk mail is still one of the profit centers of Canada Post. They make millions doing so. But in this regard, too, is Cup W playing with fire? For example, earlier this year, an Industrial Inquiry Commission report from Commissioner William Kaplan found the Postal Service was effectively bankrupt and it needed substantial reforms to remain afloat. In fact, just last month, folks, Canada Post posted its largest loss ever for a single quarter. That would be $407 million before taxes. And since 2018, Canada Post Corporation has lost more than $5 billion. Cup W simply does not get it. Canada Post is not a golden goose. It's not even a silver goose or a bronze goose. In fact, it's more like a dead duck. It's not a matter that the cupboard is bare. The cupboard has been repossessed. It doesn't exist anymore. And now the union's strategy is to not deliver mail that the vast majority of Canadians don't want to receive anyway. Folks, you can't make this stuff up. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, I know you love it when Rebel News tells you the other side of the story, but the fact is, we need your help. Unlike the mainstream media trained seals, we don't get any Mark Carney taxpayer dollars to fund our journalism, but that's where you come in. Can you do me a favor? Can you go to rebelfieldreports.com? That's rebelfieldreports.com, and if you're able, kindly make a donation.